So this is Peter Goreham.
Right.
And could you tell us about your experience on that night in 1967?
12:30 to 1 a.m. in the morning of the 5th of October. Okay. It was a still fine night, and it was a night that you could hear a pin drop. It's terminology-wise. And I was awake for some reason. I can't remember what reason I was awake for, but I was just awake. And first thing, it became very bright gradually outside my window, in the bedroom, and to the point where it was really bright. No other lights around. There was only a few trees around. There's no other houses or lights. It was pretty basic back in 1967. There wasn't too much going on. The population was only probably a third of what it is now. And there was tall trees. So this object, or whatever it was causing the light, there was no absolute sound whatsoever. It was so quiet I could hear my heartbeat because I was so intense on trying to figure out what the light was without the sound. That was the biggest puzzle to me. And I laid there in bed looking out the window, trying to figure out why the light was coming gradually and stopping over the house abreast of the window in the trees. And no sound. That was my biggest puzzle. So I listened intensely, and this lasted probably 15 seconds. And then it gradually went off the same speed that it came down in the opposite direction. And I started to get up. At the time I started to get up, it was only probably 10 or 15 seconds, and I could figure after the light had left that I could hear this sound coming, free falling from the sky. It was coming from the same direction that the light came from in the beginning, from the northeast, from where the house was. And it was getting louder and more intense. And it had a whistling sound. It also had a tumbling sound, but no motor. It was just free fall. I could tell by the sound that it was making, that it was not controlled. It was a free fall object, whatever it was coming. And as I waited to see trying to find out what was going on, it became intense. The next 5 to 10 seconds after that, it became very, very loud, to the point where I thought it would hit the house. And it went by like a trajectory, went by the house. I didn't see anything. It happened so fast. It was over in a matter of 15 seconds, 15 seconds. And that was it. Basically, it all happened before I had a chance to go outside to check to see exactly what was going on. But there was no sound other than that secondary object that was falling. There was no sound before that, and there was no sound after that. Everything was quiet again. There was no motor sound. There was no engine sound. There wasn't even a car. There was nothing. There was no sound at all. It was completely quiet. And the next morning, when I got up, I asked my parents, they were at the other end of the house in their bedroom, if they had seen or heard anything, and they said no, they didn't hear or see anything. So whatever happened had to happen on my end of the house, which is the southern end, and it was at a vision from them, and they didn't hear it either. So, and I talked to them about 8 o'clock in the morning, and explained what I had experienced and heard. And then it was 12 noon, lunchtime, that we had the announcement on the television that there was a UFO sighting